Hello, my name is Lenka from Lenka is Puzzling. This is Elvira and Dino is here. We have all of the helpers, so we can build another puzzle. Okay. Today we will be building this Trefl 600 pieces called Snow White. It looks like this, and I am interested in this because it is the first 600 piece puzzle I've seen. That's just like a normal puzzle, because the crypts have like 650 something, but they're kind of special. And now the cat is going to be playing with a box full of paper, because that's fun. Sorry about the noise in the background. So I've never seen this kind of like a normal puzzle to be 600 pieces. Also, I've already done like pretty much all of the Trefls, because if you didn't know, I bet you can hear that. Are you comfy now? Is that better? Yeah. Okay, can you stop moving in there? Thank you. So, I've already done pretty much all of the Trefls. The regular Trefl, I've done 500 and 1000 pieces. I've done the Trefl Prime 500 and 1000 pieces. I've also done 9000 piece Trefl, which was a lot of fun. I've done the Spiral Trefl. I've done the Hidden Shapes Trefl. I've done the Crazy Shapes Trefl, and the Velvet Soft. What I haven't done is wooden Trefl. I had it, but I don't like wooden puzzles, so I decided to just get rid of it and send it on its way. So I've seen like all varieties that Trefl does, and there's a lot, but I've never seen 600 pieces. This is a new thing that they do now. So I was really curious. Also, this new style of box, I'm not sure I love that as much as I did the previous ones, but what can we do? And this was closed with just stickers, so I cut them already. And we can take a look inside. So inside we have just a regular bag of pieces, not reusable one. And I don't know, it seems to me that these pieces are kind of big. So we'll see what the final size is. I'm sure it's written here somewhere, but I actually, 60 by 40 centimeters. So I think that's more like closer to 1000 piece one. And we do have a nice little poster in here, which Trefl never does. So either that's because of the new like style of box, they also started doing posters, just like Clementoni did with their new style as well. And then on the back we have 40 years of Trefl, and we have like the evolution of their logo. So that's really cool. I like that. I think I liked the second one the most. What do you think? And then just some like information, I'm guessing mostly safety. Yeah. Okay, so we have a poster. I don't think I'm gonna be using it, because other than like the top here and a little thing here, you can see all of the image on the front of the box, so that's much more comfortable for me to use in my box stand. And let's take a look at the pieces. Yeah, I don't know, these seem big to me, but the last Trefl I did was actually, I believe, the 9001, which had tiny pieces. So maybe these are just the regular ones. I didn't bring one to compare, so I can't be sure. But we do have a regular standard shape, and it's very matte. It does look like it has a glare, but for me in real life it really doesn't. I can move it however I want and I can still see the image. We have the 2 and 2 together. We have 3 outs, 1 in. And I'm pretty sure, yes, we have 3 in, 1 out. So all of the standard shapes are in here. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that there's not gonna be probably any of like all 4 ins. Trefl really doesn't do that much. I'm trying to search for some like detailed piece so that we can look at, oh yeah. So we have a door's face here. It's nice and clear, very good printing. So I'm happy about that. Although I know Trefl very well and they do have like great quality puzzles. I don't understand why some people don't like them. They are a little thin, if you look at that. They are a little thinner, but like I can't bend it, so I don't have a problem with that. And some people say that they have issues with like false fits, but it doesn't seem to me that like all of these would be too similar. If you look at that and then you look at this, there's like whole differences in sizes and stuff. So yeah, I don't see that. I've never really done Trefl with false fits, even though I've did a lot of them, and I did have some images where like false fits would be possible, but I don't think I've ever had like actual false fit. Like, yeah, you can put something somewhere, but it's obvious it doesn't go there. So I don't know, maybe I just didn't have that experience. But yeah, I am really looking forward to this. I really love the image because that is like my childhood. It says originally printed in 1997. I'm guessing like that is when they first printed this as a puzzle, because Snow White is like from the 30s or 40s, so it's much older than that. But yeah, as far as dust goes, there is no dust, like literally none, even in the bag. Which is something I really like with Trefl, and I just like how matte they are, because it's just really nice to work with. Even under like artificial light, you can still see everything perfectly. I think you can see it better than possibly like Ravensburger even, so don't quote me on that, but that's just my feeling from this. So I will start the flip. I think I will actually just pour all of these pieces straight to the table and just start doing some flipping and sorting a little bit. Not too much, because I don't know like how well I could do that. I think like, yeah, I could probably get out the characters and then just leave the background for later. That's probably what I'll do. But we'll see how recognizable it is on the actual pieces. Okay, so that is it for now. I will start with the sorting and then we'll start building and see how we go and how big it actually ends up being. Because based on the size, I think it's going to be pretty big. I will start with the border to see how well we are talking about. How big we are talking about. Okay, that's it, and I'm gonna start now. puzzle is done. It took me, well, I didn't film the sorting. Hi, Dina. And I didn't film me doing the edge and actually doing the little mushrooms on the bottom, because I was done with the sorting and I had gotten a message that a carrier will be bringing me a package in like the next 15 minutes. So I was like, well, I want to start to not lose any time, but I don't want to start like filming and then leave the apartment and go downstairs and get my package and open up the package, because then there would be like a lot of dead space in the video that I would then have to remember to take out. Because when I do the time lapses, I don't always watch the whole time lapse to make sure that there's nothing like weird in it. Ow! What you doing? She wants attention, so she will like grab my shirt. What is it? What do you need? Yeah. What do you need? Okay. I don't know if she's satisfied or if she will keep clawing at me. So I was like, well, if I have 15 minutes, I might as well start with the edge, because that I don't think is as much fun to watch in the time lapse. So I started with the edge and they still weren't here. So then I started with the little mushrooms in the like corners. But that was everything. And then I started filming because the package actually arrived. So if I take that and the hour and a half of the time lapse that I have, I'm thinking it took me around 2 hours, which isn't bad at all for like 600 pieces. That's what I usually do for like 500 pieces if it's not something super difficult. So for 100 more, I think this is good. The background was a little difficult, and actually the dwarfs as well, because their facial features are all very similar in the style, right? Like the coloring and everything, they're all the same. So then, other than, I think it's Dog with the glasses, there you can tell. And then there's 2 that are sleeping, well, 3 that have like closed eyes. And then the angry one, what's his name? I don't know. That one has like a really different face like expression. So that one was recognizable, but the rest of them, all of the clothes and everything, it has similar colors, so I had to like really look at the image when I was putting them together to make sure that I have everything correct. And then yeah, the background is a little difficult, like even the part where the little house is, it's kind of like hazy and in the back, so I wasn't sure what I was even looking at in the pieces when I was putting it together. And then it came together and like, yeah, it's a little house, obviously. There's like random splotches of color in the background, and there's not anything else happening. There's a few trees, and then there's just the 2 birds, and that's it. 3 birds, sorry. So that made it a little more like difficult, but nothing horrible, obviously, with the time that I did it in, because yeah, the piece cut is just very helpful, I think. I don't know what people are talking about. I don't think I could get like a false fit in this. So as the quality goes, it's like any other like regular Trefl. So the pieces are a little thinner, they are nice and matte, there is no dust, the hold isn't great, but like you can move a little section around without it falling apart, I think. So yeah, I like Trefl a lot, and with the price that they are sold for here, because they are a Polish brand, so they're our neighbors, right? So importing them is not difficult at all. So with the price that we have here for these, it's like the perfect amount of like quality to me, because they are really cheap, but when you're building it, it doesn't feel cheap at all. It feels like a really good brand. So I'm so happy with Trefl. Maybe because of the price, I am sometimes willing to overlook a little bit like things, but right now I can't really tell you what I could really criticize about this. So yeah, I think I'm really happy with it. Also, this puzzle was gifted to me by, again, Skladejpuzzle, Assemble Puzzles, the online shop with puzzles that is the biggest one in Czech Republic. So I want to thank them so much for sending these to me, because I had so much fun putting this together. I love Disney puzzles, and this one is like the OG, you know, like the really this is the oldest movie that was like a full-on movie by Disney that was animated. I don't know if Disney was doing anything before that, but this was the first full animated movie that was like an hour long. So this is just like, yeah, it just reminds me a lot of my childhood. I know I had a lot of things with Snow White on it, so this just is bringing me back so much, and I love it. So let's take a look at the image. I did have a little tweak in my back when I was getting up before, so now I have to be a little careful. Anyways, this is the puzzle. There's Dino. And it's just so pretty and fun, and I love it. Yeah, so like I said, I did the mushrooms here and here before I started filming, but everything else you would have seen in the time lapse. And like I said, there's one sleeping one and second sleeping one, and this one has just closed eyes. That's Bashful, right? And who is the angry one? What is his name? Because this is Doc. I don't know. I don't remember their names in English. I think I could tell you in Czech, but you probably wouldn't appreciate that a whole lot. I did love the little animals here. They're really cute. And the little birds here. But like I said, the background, it has these like random splashes of color, and then you have the trees. At least those have like a little bit of different color, so you can kind of tell that this one is definitely going to be different from this. And the house, yeah, it's really like hazy and I don't know, not really in focus. So it wasn't that easy to put together, but also it wasn't like horribly hard. Obviously, it's only a few pieces. So yeah, I love this image. I love Trefl, and other than it being a strange piece count, there's nothing like strange or new about it. This is just regular Trefl puzzle, just with different kind of piece count that I'm used to. So I'm happy I was able to try this one out. I don't think it's super huge. I think it's maybe a little bit bigger than a 500 piece. Actually, we can take a look. So this one was 60 by 40, right? Yes, 60 by 40. Let's go on a little field trip and dig out a 500 piece Trefl to see. Okay, so the nearest 500 piece, oh, it is way bigger. Regular 500 is 48 by 34, and that one is 60 by 40. So yeah, it is bigger. It's not probably as big as 1,000. Let's see what 1,000 is in Trefl. This is Trefl Prime, but I think size-wise they are the same. So 1,000 is 68 by 48. Okay. All right. Don't know what that proved, but it definitely satisfied my curiosity. Okay, so that's going to be everything for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked the puzzle. And let me know if you have tried Trefl before. Have you done all of the types, like the hidden shapes and the spiral and the crazy shapes, which is really crazy, by the way? Or do you just do the regular ones? And if you do the regular ones, do you do prime or standard? Let me know in the comments. I always love to read the comments and learn more about who is watching and what you like. Okay, So that is going to be everything for today. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Bye!